Hello and welcome. You are watching Amehara TV News and I am Fikrat Dizodu. Stay tuned for the daily updates. First, Ethiopia and Singapore agreed to deepen trade and investment ties. Singapore is working to strengthen trade, tourism and investment ties among 50 African countries, including Ethiopia, and we'll get more on this. Ethiopia and Singapore have agreed to work together to further deepen their trade and investment ties. The two countries exchanged views on the sidelines of the third Ministerial Exchange of Experiences Forum between Singapore and Sub-Saharan African countries, which is held every 2 years. State Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Aklilu Haile-Mikael has conferred with his Singaporean counterpart Dr. Vivian Balkarshiman on bilateral trade and investment issues between the two countries. According to the statement sent to Ethiopian news agency from the office of the spokesperson of the ministry, the two countries have agreed to further cement their diplomatic relations. Moreover, the two countries have agreed to work on air transport, tax system and other issues of common interest. The high-level officials from 12 African countries, including Ethiopia, attended the experience sharing event from August 27 to 28, 2018. State Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Aklilu Haile-Mikael visited the Institute of the Technical Education during his stay in Singapore. Singapore is working to strengthen trade, tourism and investment ties among 50 African countries, including Ethiopia. The trade balance between Singapore and Africa has reached $11 billion in 2015. The third Ministerial Exchange of Experience Forum between Singapore and the Sub-Saharan African countries, held with the theme Singapore and Africa Partners for Smart Cities. All Amehara People organization said it will devote much effort to the restoration of the honor and identity of the Amehara people, and we have Abebe Brhane for the report.
All Amaharan People Organization returned home. During their arrival in Bahar Dar, Mr. Mugbaru Kabede, head of rural political affairs of the region, welcomed them. Head of the organization, Dr. Afork Teshome, stated that organization of Amahara people is returned to homeland so as to support the change that exists in the country and to work together with others for their mutual interests.
የዚህን ሀገር ችግር ለመፍታት ሁላችንም ልንተባበር የሚያስፈልግበት ደረጃ ላይ መሆኑን ድርጅታችን በጽኑ ተገንዝቦ
Our organization has really understood that we are in a better condition to solve the problem of our country by working together with other entities. We have to be members of the unification and try to do our best to minimize the problem of the Amehara people who live in and out of the region. Working in collaboration with the stakeholders, we hope that we will address the interest of our people. As an organization, we have planned to present our point of view and stand to the administrator, and we will receive their idea in turn to bring common understanding between us. Doing this, we are intending to contribute our part that the region expects to get from us.
Engineer Tadesse Kabede, head of public relations of the organization, explained that they want to work together with youth and develop strong relation with them, for youth are the expected generation to attain the power and administer the country in the future.
መላው አማራ ህዝብ ድርጅት ፕሮፌሰር አስራት ከመሰረቱት በኋላ በተለያየ ምክንያት እንደ ገመድ ጉተታ ችግሮች ነበሩበት.
After its establishment, organization of Amehara people had different problems. It came across many challenges. For this reason, it was not running as fast as it was required because of internal and external factors. Right before this time, Amehara was suspended to organize itself. However, facing those challenges, we have organized ourselves and created a stronger bond to bring back the pride and interest of our region's people.
Head of the organization added that they are ready to cooperate to work together for the benefit of the people.
መደራጀት ያስፈልጋል። ያልተደራጀ ህዝብ ለሰው ሰራሽም ሆነ ለተፈጥሮ አደጋ ይጋለጣል።
We have to organize ourselves. If people do not organize themselves, they will easily be exposed for accidents, either for human-made or natural. The region has different ways and formats of organizing oneself. As an organization, we also have a vision to make Amehara develop in a multi-party political system and realizing a political system that can avoid the socio-economic problem of Amehara people. We want to see the Amehara people detach itself from poverty and being prosperous.
Former Somali chief administrator and other officials appear in court. The former chief administrator of Somali regional state, Abdi Mohammed Omar, appeared in court yesterday along with 3 other officials. The 3 officials are former Women and Children Bureau head Rahma Mohammed Haibe, former Diaspora Bureau head Abdurazik Sani, and former Irrigation Development Bureau head Sultan Mohammed. The suspects were accused of causing the death and displacement of many people, as well as destruction of religious institutions by equipping and encouraging the youth in the region along ethnic lines. Though the suspects urged the court to grant them bail by stating their health problems, it gave the police additional 14 days for investigation. It is to be recalled that the former chief administrator was put under arrest on Monday, August 27, 2018 at his home around Atlas Hotel in Addis Ababa, where weapons were seized. Ministry of Culture and Tourism said the Grand Expo kicked off in Addis on Wednesday, which is crucial to promote Ethiopia's cultural values, and let's get more on this. According to the Ministry of Culture and Tourism, the Grand Cultural Expo, which was kicked off yesterday at Ethiopian Cultural Center, is expected to lay concrete on further promoting the country's cultural assets locally and globally. Addressing the opening of the expo, Fozia Amin, Minister of Culture and Tourism, said the cultural event will pave the way to promote Ethiopia's untapped cultural treasures at national and international level. The expo will remain open to the public for the next 2 months. She noted that the expo has a critical significance in promoting cultural values, creating market ties, and scale up economic capacity of citizens. It was stated that producers and wholesalers from various parts of the country have got the chance to promote their products and to create market linkage both with local and international investors and trade partners. Several pavilions organized at the cultural center demonstrate the socio-economic and cultural achievements the country has attained over the preceding year. Thousands of tourists and citizens, including residents of Addis Ababa and regional towns, are expected to coverage over the exhibition. Ministry of Industry Dr. Ambacho Makonnen, patriots, Addis Ababa city residents and vocational associations have attended the opening ceremony of the expo. Members of Intellectual Council in Amehara said elites should congregate to carry out social as well as academic responsibilities in transforming the livelihood of their people, and it's remembered that a think tank group called Intellectuals Council in Amehara has been established recently, and Fraser Admas has the detail.
Intellectuals Council in Amehara region has been established so as to contribute their share for social change in Amehara region. The intellectuals are Amehara origin in different parts of the world. Participants of the conference say the council is a means of participating intellectuals for inclusive public change.
ጉባኤ ላይ የተሳተፉትን ምሁራን ስታያቸው የስራ ልምዳቸው በጣም የሚያጓጓ የሚያስጎመጅ
It's so ambitious when we see the experience and the qualification of intellectuals who participate in the podium. We can think how much they can contribute for social change both at regional and national level if they are given a chance. It's good to create common ground to benefit the community. The people are not benefited from us so far. The natural resource we have is underutilized. It's amazing to create consensus on how to use the resource through intellectual support.
ቅንጅት ባለመኖሩ እነዛን ሀብቶች መጠቀም አልቻልንም። ስለዚህ እነዚህን ሀብቶች እንዴት እንጠቀም ተብሎ ደግሞ የጋራ ምሁራዊ አስተሳሰብ ደግሞ መፈጠሩ ይሄ ደግሞ ሌላው አስገራሚ ነገር ነው።
በርካታ ምሁራንን የክልሉን ተወላጆችና ከክልሉ ውጭም የሆኑ
There are different intellectuals who took part in the meeting. The intellectuals are both who reside in Amehara region and outside the region. So far, the integration we had with the government to benefit the public was very low. This conference brought intellectuals from different parts of the world to vote for social change.
President of the Intellectuals Council in Amehara region, Dr. Gebiao Truna, said the council has already prepared the roadmap in the participation of different intellectuals council members.
As a task force, we produced 3 documents, different documents, and before we produce the 3 different documents, we have agreed upon on 5 overarching principles.
Participants of the Intellectuals Council in Amehara region also said the council is a means to strengthen the relation of intellectuals and the government stakeholders for the public interest.
በጣም ቀላል ነው። ከዳር ሆነ ያልተሰራ ማለት በጣም ይቀላል። ለመስራት ይከብዳል።
Criticizing what is done or not is very simple. but it's not easy to deliver it. Now the regional government has called on intellectuals for support. This is not the time to be away from the problems. The opportunity has already been created.
እንትኑ ተፈጥሯል፣ መድረኩ ተፈጥሯል። እዛ መድረክ ላይ በመገኘት ልናበረከት የምንችለውን ነገር ማበርከት የዜግነት ግዴታ አድርጌ ነው የማየው።
የሚያግባባን ነገር ምንድነው? ብዙ ጊዜ ባለፉት አመታት ምሁራን ከመንግስት የሚመጡ ነገሮችን በጥርጣሬ አይን ነው የሚመለከቱት፣ በስጋት የሚመለከቱት።
What we can agree is that the relation of intellectuals with the government was cynic. It was not smooth and based on trust. Now the situation has changed. We are saying that let's be part of a problem and part of a solution. This is so interesting. President of the Intellectuals Council in Amehara region, Dr. Tagaabzawal, believes that the trust built between the regional government and the intellectuals is an enabling environment to achieve its objective.
When there is mistrust, two bodies can't work together. But now I think we have broken that line, and we are establishing a trust between the government and the intellectuals. That's why I said one of the overarching principles is to work closely with the executive agencies. The positive attitude and the trust that has been established between the government and the intellectual council is the basic thing now. And all the intellectuals are very happy and highly motivated, and we have decided this all together.
And finally, authorities explained that women in Ethiopia are not fully utilizing their artistic qualities due to social oppression as well as natural factors. A symposium dealing with the role of women in the growth of art has been recently organized in Bahar Dar, and let's get more from Ababa Burhane.
Artists and scholars of the sector had a discussion in Bahar Dar at Blue Nile Resort. The discussion is organized by a civic association called Salam Ethiopia in collaboration with Amehara Regional Culture and Tourism Bureau and Mulu Alam Center of Culture. The participants of the discussion dealt with culture and art. The role of women and the challenges that women mostly face in art are well discussed in the panel discussion. It explained that even though women have special gifts and are endowed with artistic qualities, we are not using them at the extent to which we have to use.
Many people question that, do we get the artistic asset that we find in literary papers on stage? Now it's being investigated in an academic way. When literary works are performed on the stage, they are very surprising and has good aesthetic quality. However, it's not as such easy to bring the literary works into reality on the stage. It has its own ups and downs, and they came across different challenges to perform it.
Women who have strong interest and potential have been influenced by their husband not to involve in artistic activities. Men have mostly influenced women negatively to refrain themselves from performing literary activities.
Most of them have strong potential and good performance. However, they do not get opportunity to participate in art, for they are not beautiful and good-looking women. On the other hand, some of them are left behind, for they have great responsibility in managing the family. When women become pregnant and give birth, they will be forced to refrain themselves, for they are responsible to look after their children. For this reason, they are forced to left behind and drop their activities.
In literary works, women have been influencing negatively by men in various ways. For instance, when we see most literary works, the number of women characters are not equal with the number of male characters. Therefore, the discrimination begins here. In addition, inappropriate criteria are being implemented to select the characters. For example, beautiness and undesired relation are used as a means of casting people to be an artist. And it is stated that women are not paid well. These are some of the problems raised on the panel discussion.
Frankly speaking, one of the different problems that women face in art is that they are forced to have people who have the power to cast characters out of the normal working time. It is true that beautiness is very important and everybody is interested to beautiful women, especially in art. However, the main criteria with which ladies are going to be evaluated should be their performance and being their beautiness and kinship. This is all we have for today. I am Fikradi Zodu and you're watching Amehara TV News. Goodbye and have a nice time.